10K is 6.2.
Yeah, you can round that down.
It's probably
too.
like 5.6.
I think it's 5.6. Let me look.
If you followed me for a while, you probably know that I've run a lot of marathons, 21. And I've been coaching for 6 years. But you might not know that I've been coaching my husband, Kyle, and that he has run 4 marathons now. I am currently not marathon training for the first time in a lot of years because I decided to take a little bit of a break, and that's fine. But Kyle is training for Chicago. It will be his 5th marathon, and I thought I would do a little series around kind of his training, me coaching him, what that's like, even though I don't live with any other athletes that I coach, but this, yeah. No, that's not an offer. But I do live with Kyle and I coach him, and he has some big goals for Chicago this year. So, I'm gonna start a little series. It is 8 weeks until his race, and I'm gonna let him tell you kind of what his goal is.
The goal is gonna be to get under 300, which is a huge jump from where I am. It's my last marathon, so if you just want to talk about the marathons I've done so far, I think the first one I did was Melbourne 2023, like a 3:35, I think. After Melbourne 2023, I ran Melbourne again in 2024, and we improved on that time. Did we run that one together, or we ran most of it together? Probably the first 20 miles together, and then I finished in a PB of like 3:25 at 29. I don't remember the times, I'm really bad at the times. And then after Melbourne, we did, what did we do after Melbourne? Chicago last year, yeah. So I did Chicago Marathon last year, and that's my current PB of a 3:17. So it was different to do, I've done Melbourne twice in a row, so it was nice to do a different marathon. At least it's also flat, like Melbourne is, but way busier, way more energy. So I really liked running Chicago, which is why I'm running again this year. Earlier this year I ran Noosa. Not Noosa, I ran Ballarat. Why are you shaking your head at me? You can remember the races. I don't remember the races.
You ran Ballarat.
Yeah, I ran Ballarat, the other Noosa.
That's not...
The Noosa of the South. You can cut all that.
Okay.
Ballarat, and we ran that one together in 3:25.
Yes.
And that one was fun because Dale and I ran the whole race together, and then we also caught up with our friends Matt and James, who were ahead of us for most of the race, and then we kind of swept them up and brought them in for the end. So that was good. I think getting down to sub 3 hours is gonna be really hard. So I'm pretty scared to put that goal out there. It's gonna be tough. I don't know.
It is going to be tough, but he was not training that hard for Ballarat. That's kind of why we agreed. He didn't really think he had a PB, a faster than 3:17 in him at the time. So I was like, why don't you just run with me? Because that is easy for him.
We trained all through summer. That was the tough part. So
yeah.
When was the race? April?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we trained all through Australian summer, and it just I don't think, even if you feel, I feel you can't really feel good training when it's just
no.
It's above 20 degrees every time you run, and you're just even the easy runs feel really hard because it's just it's so hot outside.
And we just had a lot of life going on and travel. Our schedule was kind of crazy the first half of this year, so we went into that race as let's try to get back in the 3:20s for me. He was just gonna run with me, which was fine, but a 3:29 to a 3:17 from 1 year of training is pretty huge. That's a huge chunk of time to take off. And while I fully understand that going from a 3:17 to sub 3 hours is another huge undertaking, but I don't think it's out of the question. He has a lot of work to do over the next 8 weeks, but I do think it's possible. He did just run a half marathon PR at Noosa this year in a 1:29.
Yeah, 1:29 something. I think I did it 1:29.50. I think I just snuck in.
So yes, he has to do that twice, which
great.
Twice in a row, which is a lot, but that doesn't mean that he can't. I do think a PB for sure. I think he will be under 3:17 at Chicago, but it will depend on what the training looks like the next 8 weeks, what paces he hits and how fit he can get. So
yeah, and I feel the race conditions will matter a lot too. If it's really hot, I feel it's gonna be tough to do or if like, you know, I get hit with like the travel bug, which one of us seems to get sick most times we travel. Yeah, there's a lot of variables. I think the only thing we really can control is like training right now, so that's what we're gonna focus on.
So gonna take you guys on the next 8 weeks of his training and the road to Chicago and potentially sub 3.